I hope everybody had a great night and is ready for a great day. Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it. So my subjects on, or chapters on the 16 undeniable laws of communication. The first one is the law of content. Okay, so this is kind of what our agenda looks like. So first, content, the importance of content, communication, why communication matters, value, add value to your everyday life, and conclusion, any takeaways, and we'll go over that. So when I read the book, it was really interesting because when you guys think of content, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Social media. But that's not really all it is. But when I saw content, I'm thinking, oh, great, I'm gonna talk about social media, but it really, I mean, it's part of it, but it's not everything. So content is in everything that you do. And as far as real estate agents, it's your presentations, your buyer's consultations, everything that you do, what you show up with, how you present yourself. And that was the reason why I wanted to show you that presentation is everything. Now, when you see the presentation, to me, if I show up to a restaurant and it's not looking nice or good, it's gonna, maybe I won't come back. But even if the service isn't that great, but the place is nice and it's a little bit different, you're gonna want to come back. So just presentation is everything, how you present yourself. So content is king. So what that means is content is king because it plays a pivotal role in capturing and retaining audience attention, building brand reputation, and driving meaningful engagement in today's digital landscape where information is readily accessible. The quality and the relevance of content are paramount, while crafted content has the power to educate, entertain, inspire, and connect with audiences on a deeper level. So again, this is something that when I first started back in the 90s in real estate, I didn't have to worry. If a buyer called me, we could take a little bit longer. They weren't as right now because they can Google anything. They could, AI anything, right? So why do they need you? Why? Right? What are you presenting? There's so much competition out there. How are you standing out? So this is important because like they're saying here that everything is readily accessible to the consumer if they know how to get it. Obviously we have a generation where they won't do that, but you have generations who do and who are willing to do that. And if you don't have the information, when they call you, they're gonna call the next person because you are not who you say you are. You are not the professional. And that's why I always stress to the agents, every day you need to be studying your, whatever it is, if you're an agent in, I was going to say China, I don't know why that came to my mind, but if you're an agent in Montana, you need to know what's happening in Montana. If someone says, hey, how's the market in Montana? Oh, I'll get back to you. That's not good enough because all they have to do is Zillow, which we don't want them to do that because it's not always accurate. But again, that they have ways of getting the information. Communication is queen. So communication is queen because it is the vital catalyst for effective relationships, collaboration, and understanding. It enables the exchange of ideas, fosters connection, and empowers individuals to express themselves and build meaningful connections. So if content is king and communication is queen, then there's no value without one another. They run together. They cannot be separated. So content and communication are important together. So how will you grasp people's attention and how long will it take, for you to make a positive impact? So the good news is when you have something we're saying, people will start listening. That's the law of content. So just like you guys are saying on social media, because that's where, it's easily accessible, you see, you're scrolling. What stops? What makes you stop to actually, look? So everybody's different. Some people are looking for inspiration. Some people are looking for education. Some people are looking to laugh. You know, everyone's looking for different things because everybody is driven emotionally and we're all going through different things. So it doesn't matter whatever it is that you're posting, you're gonna connect with someone. So every message is a puzzle, okay? So your audience, great content starts with understanding who your audience is. To better understand your audience, understand who they are, what they need, and what motivates them. So as an agent, this is kind of like in the event that you get a phone call, I wanna sell my home, let's just say. Most agents are just super excited that a seller actually called and said, I wanna sell my home, right? So what happens? What happens when you get that call? Anybody?
I jump up and down.
Jumping jacks.
Your mind start running million different ways trying to figure out.
What's the value of the property, start doing your comps.
No, but like, you're on the phone, is what I'm
You're on
saying.
the phone.
So you're on the phone, I'm seller, and I say, Nancy, I wanna sell my home. What do you say?
Sure.
That's
awesome. Great. Are you ready?
Okay, so basically what you're telling me is emotions kick in, you're excited, and you haven't even seen the home side, you don't even know what these people want. So let's back up a little bit, yeah. So it's great to be excited, oh my gosh, thank you so much, that sounds great, tell me what's going on. You know, why are you thinking about selling? Well, we're not sure, but we wanna see our options. We wanna see if it makes sense for us. So it's important to gather the information so you show up ready. Because if you don't know and you just show up, it's like, hi, I'm here, okay. You wanna sell your house? Okay, it's worth this. Okay, but wait, we wanna know this. And you don't have, you know, your presentation is not ready. The content that you need to drive it and to close it is not ready. So now that emotion, that excitement, maybe that confidence comes down and they're gonna sense it. So it's important to always gather as much information, you know, even if you're not in the position to because you're driving, or let's say you don't know what to say, your mind goes blank. You know what, I'm actually on the other line with another client, can I call you right back? Get yourself out of that situation, calm down, restart at your pace and you're ready. So the next thing is strength zone. To avoid trying to give your audience something you don't have, stay in your strength zone. Think of yourself. What are your strengths? What do you do best? Where do you possess the great skill and natural ability? So again, this is kind of the same thing. Stay with what you know. And this is why it's important to know who your audience is, what you're working towards, because that way you can focus on what you know. Because when you start getting into an area that you don't know, they can tell and they can feel that you're uncomfortable and your words aren't coming out as good as they should be, you know, so they're gonna know that. So always, and that's the important why you have to know who your audience is so you go in with what you know. Thesis, your thesis is your main thought that contains the essence of your message. If you don't know what your point is, how will anyone else? And again, that tells you the same thing. If she says, well, I'm not sure, we wanna see if it makes sense. Okay, what's your payment? What are you guys looking at? Why would you be moving? We wanna live in a better school district. You know, we you know, our kids, you know, are starting to go to school or whatever the case is. It's like, okay, so now where are you driving them to? How are you driving them to see what it is that you want them to see and not focus on, you have a 2.5 interest rate and your rate's gonna go up to 7%. So how are you gonna sell that to me? Are your children important to you? Well, not that important. So, and then research, your content will only be as good as your research. So the challenge is not finding material, it's finding the right material. So again, research, knowing what you're selling, just knowing all the options, just being able, you're there to, you know, you're a resource to provide guidance, to provide them to make the best decision based on facts that you're presenting. Outline. Think of the outline as a table of content of a book. You're creating the skeleton of your message. A good outline makes your message solid and it holds it together. So again, you wanna do that so that way you stay, within what you're doing. You're not swaying, going up, you're jumping from one topic to another. You keep it, streamlined so they know what to expect and they stay tuned because they know what you're talking about. When you keep going different places, it's confusing. And then the body, the more ways you can add your audience's experience, the greater impact and more memorable it can be. Education, where is your teaching in my content? Escapist, where is the interaction in my content? Entertainment, where is the emotion in my content? And aesthetic, where is the connection in my content? So these are definitely important for you to, again, to have them. We already know emotion sells. People are emotional, you make them feel it, they're ready. They're ready to do it. And you're educating them, maybe telling them something that they didn't know, maybe sharing, different ways for them to eventually save or whatever they're, again, their situation could be a unique one. Runway. So every message is like an airplane flight. To get somewhere, it has to take off and land. So to create a good takeoff, a question, a quote, a prediction, a heart connection, an appeal to audience, self-interest. To land the plane, summarize your talking points, call to action, and empower your audience to take action. So again, to create a good takeoff, when you're talking to your clients, you want to ask them a question because you want that answer. So that way, when you close, you're going to be able to, go back to that question and either answer it, or you're going to, summarize it and then explain to them, maybe do a call to action. Now that we came up with this scenario, now it's time for us to talk to a lender or, whatever the next step is. Transition, don't lose your audience. The quickest way to lose your audience is through poor transitions. So plan when you will place your transition in your content so that you keep your audience's attention. Transitions, making sure that, like, again, you're not moving from one thing to another. Maybe they want to buy and sell, you're not kind of confusing things. So always make sure that you're keeping them in their, their attention. Phrase, this final piece of the puzzle can be one of the most difficult to create, but it's often the most impactful. Your audience won't remember every word, but they will remember the right words. So this is important, again, as real estate agents, because we take a lot of things personal when we're dealing with our clients. We do, and it's not even about us, but we're taking it personal. So it's important to just collect your thoughts before you respond, because your words will stay with them no matter what. And as hard as it is, you have to do it. You have to be stronger than that. So, but again, at the end, obviously we're assuming that this is a great appointment. But let's just say they tell you, we're going to think about it. We're not sure, and then, a lot of times agents are still trying to sell. Instead of that, again, just think about the last words that are going to leave an impactful message to them, so they will call you back. Because some people do have to think about it. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's ready to pull the trigger. Everybody's, in different stages. So the law of adding value. So this is my second chapter that I had to read. So here, learn the value of people. Living good values enables us to value others. It keeps our motives right, and it allows us to do the right things. 2, adding value to others. People who add value to others put others first. They do it because it's right and because it makes sense no matter what profession. And 3, adding value is a boomerang. If you add value to others without seeking a return, you do in fact eventually get a return. And I truly enjoyed reading this chapter because I do believe the importance. That's something that ever since, and I think I talked to Aurelia about it since I've been, a lot younger. For me, I've always enjoyed helping as many people as I can. Now, not everybody understands that or sees that, but you have to learn that as long as you're doing, like I said, you're seeking it without a return, the return comes in other ways. And it may not be directly from who you think it's going to be from. And it comes in other places. So just keep adding your value. So when you learn to value people, learning to value others is important, and it helps in empathy and compassion. Valuing others fosters empathy, allowing us to understand and care about their feelings and experiences. Building relationships by valuing others, we show respect, appreciation, and care, creating a strong foundation for healthy relationships. Diversity and inclusion, valuing other embraces their unique qualities and perspectives, promoting diversity and creating an inclusive environment. Personal growth and learning, engaging with diverse individuals through value, then expands our horizons, challenges biases, and facilitates personal growth. Collaboration and teamwork, valuing others enhances effective collaboration by encouraging open communication and considering different viewpoints. Positive impact on society, when individuals value others, it contributes to a more compassionate, tolerant, and harmonious society with mutual respect and dignity. So for me, like a big takeaway was the collaboration and teamwork, because a lot of times when you are working as a team, there's always one person who thinks that their opinion is it and that's it. And that's just not even in a team as far as work, that's in home, that's in other things, that's with your siblings, and because you're considered a team with whatever you're working on. But a lot of times there's always an individual who just is just shut, and it's just my way or another way. And what I always like to say is there's more way to get to for 2 + 2, 3 + 1, 4 + 0. So there's multiple ways to get to the same equation. So it's not a matter of who's right or wrong, it's a matter of what makes sense for whatever it is that you're working on. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Adding value to others. Focus on sowing, not reaping. Instead of asking, what will I receive today? Ask, what will I give today? And I think a lot of us sometimes, when we wake up in the morning, it's like, we have to be excited about the day. I read somewhere where they had said, a lot of times people wake up and it's like, they're not excited because they just think like, oh, another day. They already know what to expect because they're gonna go into the same routine, the same things. They're not gonna do anything different that day to make it a better day. So it's important to, get up, maybe think, what could I do something differently today? Who can I maybe just call or comment on their post? I mean, everybody's on social media. Let me just say something nice and let me see what happens. Because it's not what you're gonna get back from that person, it's how you feel because of what you've done. A lot of times we don't do things because we're afraid of being judged, or we're afraid of, oh, that's embarrassing, or what's someone gonna say, or I can't like that post because this person or this, or it's like, who cares? Just do you. Like, that's it. So be aware of your perspective. Our perspective influences our beliefs, and our beliefs determine our behavior. How will we view how we treat people? Believe the best in people. When you choose to believe the best in people, you believe every person is worth helping. Lift your likability. People are reluctant to receiving anything from people they don't like, so it's important to be liked as a communicator. You become more likable by wanting more for them than you want from them. Run a different race. Instead of chasing success, chase how to add value to others. The success will follow. And then adding value is a boomerang. What I thought, serving others is the right thing to do. What I got, a heart that serves because it values people. What I thought, serving others is seldom noticed. What I got, my service is noticed, and it became part of my identity. What I thought, serving others has very little return. What I got, the ROI of serving others is extraordinary. What I thought, serving others is a private action. What I got, serving others is a contagious action. What I thought, serving others helps them become successful. What I got, serving others helps me become successful. So again, it's all in perspective and how you think about it and what your intentions are. Conclusion. So to remain relevant and relatable, learn something new every day. Keep researching and exploring, keep asking questions, live new experiences, love what you do. Your content will keep getting better only if you keep getting better. If you're continually growing, you will never run out of content. You will always have something worth saying. Sorry, I saw some hairs there. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody. But you get it. The eyes continue to read, right? But at the end of the day, this is so important, especially for us as agents. Like I said, our business is constantly changing, constantly. Every day is a new day. You know, this morning I was reading, this has nothing to do with real estate, but it kind of does, maybe, I don't know, because it was on lenders. But there's like this submarine or something. Have anybody heard about this?
Bro, those people are
Yeah,
gone.
I know. I was like,
Yeah, gone. Sorry,
yeah, I was like, so I was reading different things. He's like, I had a fear, this and that, and so I was like, what are these people talking about? But anyways, it was good content. So it made you continue to look. You see how that's interesting? But so anyway, but what? Huh?
Tragic, but it's a tragedy.
Yeah, I know, isn't that so sad? So, and you know what's so funny? So I'm gonna share with you. So I have a marketing guy. He's been working on my TikToks. He does. I don't even see what he posts. He just posts crazy stuff. He's like, Sonia, just let me do me. I'm like, okay, do you? So, but I'll be honest. Ever since he's done him, I have been getting buyers from TikTok.
Oh, yay.
So, and one of my buyers that I met last weekend, she says, you know, at the end, she says, I love your videos. I'm like, oh, thanks, you know? And she's like, you know, I connected so much with you, and I love when you do this and that. And so, and it's funny because I had talked to Jennifer, I'm like, why do they keep posting those? I don't even know who likes those. And she's like, I love those videos. So, you know, you just never know. And that's why I'm saying you're going to connect with the right people, but you have to be out there. But I am starting to see the traction, you know, where I never believed in it. I really didn't. But I'm starting to see a lot more commenting, a lot more people coming onto my Instagram saying, I, you know, followed you here, now I'm finding you here. So it works. People are watching. It's just consistency, number one, you know, showing up. One thing that I started doing, I don't know if you guys follow me, but one thing I do is every Monday, I make it a point to do a Monday market update. A point, like no matter where I am, how I look, you know, it doesn't matter. I make it a point to do it. And the reason why is because I've gotten so much feedback from it, because what I do is I take it from there and I send it to my entire database. So it's like almost like everybody's waiting for it. And I try to change it up all the time. I try to make it more interesting so they don't know what to expect. And I've gotten a lot of great feedback from it because you have to be the educator. The content has to be, you know, they want to be, you know, expect something different, you know, that they can use, value that they can use. And it's amazing how it works. And again, it's not going to work overnight, but I want to say I've been doing it since January is when I just made it where I'm going to do this. And this is all I'm going to do, because I used to do mailers to newsletters to my clients, but then I stopped doing that and we're trying to do different things. But I do notice that when you do send information of value, not just, I can sell your home. Hi, I'm a real estate agent. I have, you know, I'm experienced. Who cares? You know, they don't care. What they care about is that you know what you're doing. You're in it every day. And that's why, like, to me, this conclusion is stay relevant, relatable, you know, talk to whatever you're good at. Again, go back to your strengths. What are you strong at? You know, what's your strong point? Is it working with first-time buyers, foreclosures, you know, REOs? What is it? And build on that. There's enough in just that. Like, there really, really is. I've started to just really hone in on seniors, and it's just crazy how many calls all of a sudden. It's my mom just passed away. I need your help sell my house. My mom is ill. I need you to do this. And so it's just when you focus on certain things, it's just the attraction. It really, truly happens. So just focus on good stuff, okay?
But your content is really good. I don't know if everybody here follows her, but I can see it because you just get out there. It's like you don't, you know, not to say that you don't look good, you do, but you don't, it's like that doesn't even faze you. You're just yourself and doing these, you know, clips and authentic. You're authentic. And then, like, you know, for everybody in here, Sonia runs an office and like has consistently maintained, like, you're top 10 in the company, easy, like with your actual personal production. And that is really hard to do because it's like a super competitive office. And then to maintain that level of production, like 15, 20 million a year, I mean, and then to run an office and then you maintain all your family and, all of that. It's like, anyway, I went off on a tangent. Just thank you for doing the class. I appreciate this class and then just the extras that you're adding in, because I think a lot of us are like, we don't want to completely be transparent. Just get out there. And yeah, your content is good. It's funny, it's educational, you can bond with it, relate to it. I like the old person clip that you did. I texted her, I was like, what is this about, Sonia? But very, it's awesome.
Yeah, and sometimes, you look at yourself and you're like, oh, well, you just have to get to that point where,
Yeah.
you know what, someone's gonna laugh or, it's gonna inspire someone to say, you know what, I can do that too. And like Jennifer said, I actually love what I do. I love helping. I'm all of a sudden teaching classes on Tuesdays to help agents get their license. Like, I don't even know how I signed up for that. But I'm here. Like, it's just something where, like she said, I just think it's important to build your systems. I can't stress that enough. Don't run around and redo what you need to do. Do it one time, do it right the first time, and you won't have to redo it again. I think that's important, especially in our business, because we have bad habits where we wait for the buyer to call, the seller to call, and then we're running around. I gotta get this presentation together. I gotta get this. It shouldn't be like that. It should be where you just simply go grab what you need, update maybe, just the area information, and you're ready to go. And it's stress-free. And I think that helps, you too, because you're gonna show up not flustered, not crazy. Your confidence is there. Confidence is everything. Because when you walk into your appointment and if they don't feel you're confident, because they're already not sure what they're doing or what's right or what's wrong, they don't need someone else who's not sure either.
Yeah.
You're going there to give the information, to them. So thank you guys. And remember, people may forget what you say, but they will never forget how you make them feel. So I hope you feel warm and fuzzy and fed. And we are gonna do more classes. I know. I don't know what I'm saying, so please don't record me.
I have a suggestion based on this class. I
Okay.
have a suggestion because you did a portion where you were sort of like talking to clients, right? You should do a class on what you do to get your clients into escrow right now.
That's what I thought we are doing. We
Oh,
are
are
doing
you?
that. Coming
Oh,
soon.
coming soon.
I forget what date.
Oh, is it?
July 6th?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
13th.
13th. July 13th.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm gonna reach out to a couple agents because I do want some volunteers.
For what?
That class.
Oh.
You're volunteer number one.
Yeah.
What
Voluntold.
date is it? I have a recommendation. We need to change that date.
Oh, shoot.
July 13th.
Yeah, but you guys have to definitely give us some ideas of what you guys need. What's needed, because we come up with stuff and sometimes it might not be what you need.
Gave the recommendations.
Oh, really? Okay, I've never seen those. So maybe
I'll send them to you.
those should go to us, I think. Me, Liz, and
Yeah.
Jennifer. So that way we can decline them. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what are we vetoing though? What are we vetoing?
Exactly.
Like, strike that down. I don't even know what it is. Let's strike it down.
We don't know it yet.
We just declined.
Yeah. All right, well, if you guys have any questions, let me know. You know where to reach me.
It's you.
Go enjoy some food, back.
They have a question.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even ask for, yeah, any questions?
My question is, what gave you the confidence when you were skeptical about starting your journey on TikTok?
What gave me the confidence?
Yes. You know you're
Letting
skeptical.
it go. Just letting it go. I remember one of the first girls me and Jennifer hired to help us, and she came in the room. Okay, we're doing TikTok. Okay, that's for kids. Like, we're not kids. We're old. And she says, no, I gotta get you guys on TikTok or whatever. Okay. So she comes in here, I need you to do these dance moves. I was like, yeah, that's not happening. No. And then the first one was my purse. You remember that one?
Oh, I love that one.
Yes.
You have to reshare that one.
Yeah, so
I love
we
that
did one.
TikTok.
It was a confidence one. It was showing your agent's
You
confidence.
did a great
So,
job on that one, Jen.
I don't know if you guys can play it. You guys want to play it?
Yeah.
But that was our very first one.
Hook your phone up to the TV.
She knows how to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta play that. I was laughing so hard. Yeah, I was laughing so hard.
It's funny because when we started
Justin
TikTok,
makes me
we would redo them over and over, no, doing it. Now we're like,
You're
that's
like,
fine,
whatever,
that's fine.
Okay.
Just post it, just post
Justin,
it.
you need to get me on TikTok. You need to get me on TikTok.
You have a TikTok.
You need to get her dancing on TikTok.
Oh, put her in a skit? You wanna do a skit?
Yes. I clicked my logins.
I'd like to know my login. It's funny.
You post on which day?
It's true. You gotta just get that side of just live.
Log on. I don't know about live, but yes.
Start showing it dawn.
Don't be afraid to shout it. That's my purse! Try it again. That's my purse! That's my purse. Don't be afraid to shout it. That's my purse! Try it again. That's my purse!
So that was obviously one of our first ones, but you know what? It's funny because, like she was saying, people, what they like is,
Yeah.
You are popping off, girl.
I know, well, I'm telling you, it's crazy. You don't know what people are gonna look at or like, but when we talk about communities, that's when people like are really chiming in about areas and stuff like that. And, so on one of our posts, it just says, did you know, these are the cheapest cities to live in California, part 2 or whatever, and we got 1.3 million views.
Wow.
Can you show
Wow.
more of yours?
Everybody should go follow Sonia right now on
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah, follow me on TikTok. And I actually we're trying to get to a 10,000 viewer, or I have to go live. He makes me go live once a week at least. He wants me to go live more than that, and basically when I do go live, I do get a lot of followers at that time, average 5 to 10. But lives are important. Lives are, giving value. I usually talk about renting versus buying, and, just people watch people put their dang makeup on. So I'm like, get ready with me. Let's talk about renting, and they stay tuned. They say that it's better on TikTok to be doing something and talking than to just be talking to the camera. Is that crazy or what?
You look very happy on that one. What are you talking about there?
This one?
Yeah. The pin
So
one.
this one is calling
Watch
my.
me tell my client her offer was accepted.
Oh.
Hi, Anna.
Wait for it.
Yes. Hi, Anna. It's Sonia. I was just calling to let you know that your offer that we submitted yesterday has been accepted. So we're now officially in escrow.
What? Oh my
I know.
got approved Monday. I looked at homes yesterday.
So that was that one, but let me see if there was another one.
Does it go to Facebook and,
No,
Instagram?
he
Or
does
is it
these
only
separate,
TikTok?
yeah. He does a lot of these separate, but the ones, like I said, that get the most are these, like when he does, like, did you know? Like this one got a lot of views too, like when you're interacting, this one got almost 17,000.
Watch me tell my client she is now a homeowner.
So,
The cabin is ours if we want it. The cabin is yours if you want it.
Oh my God. Tuesday. 3 days.
But yeah,
So-
that's basically.
so always record yourselves. I know it's hard, but like you got, I got in the habit of that now. So I'm always recording what I'm doing. So I bought one of those Pivos. I don't know if you guys all bought a Pivo, but I did buy one for that reason, just set it and forget it, as they say. I just set it. I have an extra phone that I use because this is my phone. But I have another phone and I just record myself, and then he'll just grab different clips and, do different things. Sometimes my clients think I'm crazy, but I'm walking around like this, and hoping they don't mind that, I'm recording. But I try to record everything that I do because people want to see what you're doing. And like I said, I do get a lot of feedback. How did you do that? Or what did they do? Or what was that about? Stuff like that. So I try to explain the story. And I do notice that people do watch those. Opposed to I'm a great real estate agent, pick me. They're like, there's so many agents. They'll what's that saying? If you have to tell me or not, they'll know. They're gonna make that decision for themselves. So, but yeah. So
I love it.
we could do a day. I mean, I could have even Oscar show you guys.
July 6th.
Aren't we doing that? Yeah, the
Yeah, we have
day
the
at your
conference day,
office. It was
July
Yeah.
July 6th, right?
Yeah, I can have him speak too. And yeah, he's like I said, I don't know how he does it. He spends a lot of time just researching and doing that.
So mark down July 6th, you guys, at the Ontario office, Sonia's office.
So
Is something else happening on the 13th?
I don't have the calendar.
That was the how to get buyers of escrow, I think. We were wanting to change the date on that.
Oh, you do?
I'll be out of town that week.
Oh, okay.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
Where are we going? If she's out of town, I'm out of town. Where are we going?
We're all out of town. We're all out of town. You get a ticket.
Oh, that's right. It's your birthday. I forgot. Look. Oh, yeah. So today's officially cancer season. Whatever.
It's Virgo season every day.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's Virgo season every day for us.
It's all good.
No, it's because I'm surrounded by Virgos.
Remember when?
I'm surrounded by Virgos.
There's a reason for that. So next week is our last class, right? Yes.
So-
yes.
Show up with bells and whistles, as they say, and be ready for a good time.
Who's teaching the last one?
Sandra.
All you, Sandra. All you.
You're the close.
Close.
Okay, so I guess that's it.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Ramiro.
Thank you.